Hello, trading is closed on January 16th, 2020. Let's go over our calls. We said yesterday that prices had to gap over these highs for the rally to continue. Futures are already up, and I said that we have to wait till the open to be sure, but gapping over resistance typically leads to higher prices, and that's what happened. During the day, we got some ultimate sell signals. They delivered the minimum, so you can't say they failed, but almost always you get more than the minimum at some point. But it almost always and always aren't the same thing. And we'll just say usually we trade under these lows, but you don't have to. MEJT said this drop wouldn't stick, we'd retrace between these white lines. Said this rally wouldn't stick and retraced again. Do have a wall into the close, higher prices in futures. Not my favorite pattern, although when it hits a new all-time high, it can still be positive. But a lot of times, even though futures are up now, you're going to gap down tomorrow. But again, that's not required either. I'm not going to stand in the way of this action, even though I think a day of reckoning is going to come pretty soon. The sentiment indicators are just too extreme. So here's what I have. Friday's pattern has the early high. Doesn't mean you won't gap down. We gapped over resistance. We've seen new highs in overnight futures. I don't think the rally's over. Wall into the close is often followed by gapping down, but it's not required. Usually get more out of the ultimate sells, but that's not required. Sentiment indicators are at such an extreme day of reckoning can't be too far away. I don't think it's here yet, and I still think a blow off top into the 3460s is possible, but again, that's not required either. The takeaways for tomorrow: look for the pattern with the early high. Doesn't mean you won't gap down first, and the rally has further to go. And that's today's call.